One of the questions I get asked the most is what is the best trading bot in 2026 for trading meme coins? Today I'm going to show you guys 4 different trading bots. I'm going to give you my opinion on which one I believe to be the best one, and the answer might actually surprise you. Let's dive in and talk about trading bots. So if you're trading meme coins, guys, you know that one of the most important things is having the right tools to trade. And having a terminal to trade not only on your mobile but also on the PC is super duper crucial. I'm mostly PC trader. I do trade on mobile, but I mostly focus on PC. I just think it's a lot easier to trade on PC, even though you kind of have to be stuck at a desk. I just find it a lot easier for me to actually make more money that way. And to me, the most important thing is making money, and it's trying to pick up the right tools. So, what is a trading bot? If you're probably watching this video, you probably already know. For those of you who don't know, it's just a faster way to actually trade coins and a more effective way to trade coins if you're trying to get involved in meme coin trading. So, the first one we're going to mention, which is a pretty old one, is called BullX. This has been out for quite a while now, some time. Then we have Axiom. A lot of people actually enjoy trading on Axiom, and it's one of the most widely used before some other ones kind of showed into the party. Recently, we have gotten 2 more that have come into the party of terminals, which is literally called Terminal, recently known as Padre. This is the one that is kind of, not kind of, it's actually the main Pump.fun one that they decided to go with. And we'll talk a little bit about that and its features. And the last one we have is called Trojan. And anybody that's been trading meme coins knows this one more than the other ones because theoretically this is one of the first bots that actually started trading meme coins, not on the terminal, but on basically on Telegram. So, what are the difference and what should worry you the most? So, my criteria when it comes to picking the best trading platform out of all of them are 2 major things. Number one is speed on how fast I'm able to see these compared to another terminal. And number 2 is how fast I'm able to trade. Now, what I mean by trade is how fast am I going to be able to hit the buy button and hit the sell button, and how fast is the terminal going to be able to process that. Number 3, how fast am I going to be able to, if I want to look at this chart, how fast is this chart getting updated on the 1 second chart? Is it instantaneously? Is it slow? Is it slower than the other ones? That is my main thing. And number 4, of course, I would want the features. And if there's any incentive for me using that application, like for example, getting some Solana back on my trade volume, or even more incentives of getting free stuff, then that's what I'm going with. So that's how we're going to rate this, okay? So let's talk about BullX. Now, BullX, like I said, is the oldest one. Unfortunately, the biggest drawback with BullX is it hasn't been updated for quite a while. And it's unfortunate because there's so many other cool, neat features that have come out that would be awesome if they were actually in BullX, but there aren't. So that's one thing I want to let you guys know. Number 2, Axiom is one of the most frequently updated platforms in all the trading bots. This is the one that gets updated the most, constantly updates almost weekly, and there's some pretty good updates, even though it might be missing a few things. If the team wants to reach out, I can tell you what you're missing, and you should definitely add it. But it still gets updated very constantly. A very user-friendly application. I like the color schematics here, where you can see different colors on what you're trading. I think that's really cool stuff. And then we have Terminal, which almost looks identical to all the other ones. Once again, has some really good features as well. And last but not least, we have Trojan, which also has some really good features as well. Now, let's go ahead and break down which one I believe to be the best one. Okay, so with that being said, let's knock the first four and 3 things that we talked about, so you guys can know the benefits of each one, and then we're gonna get into the more technical aspect of it. Okay, so for example, BullX doesn't really offer zero incentives on trading volume, in the sense that you cannot make money by just simply trading, but you could make money by using your referral link. So if you use a referral link, you make money. And it was kind of like one of the first ones to introduce the whole referral link process here. But you make money if you share your referral link. Someone signs up with your referral, you make a little bit of Solana back, and not a lot. So don't get it twisted. Don't get crazy. But you make a little bit back if someone actually joins through your referral. That's it. You don't get anything more on this one. Axiom, on the other hand, gives it and moves it a step forward, in the sense that you not only get a referral when someone goes ahead and uses your referral link, but you also get a little bit money back based on the volume amount that you decide to trade on the platform. So if you're trading a lot, you're going to get a little bit of Solana back. If you're trading very little, you're going to get a little bit of Solana back. But it's a big advantage if you're not getting anything at all via the BullX side of things, right? So those are the two main things when it comes to Axiom. Terminal has almost the same thing where you get a little bit of Solana back based on the amount of volume you generate within the terminal with the quote unquote promise that the Pump.fun airdrop will be issued to you if you use terminal. Right now, no, there hasn't been no terminal that has issued airdrops. They all promised it, but zero have issued airdrops. So we're still hoping, since it has a Pump.fun backing, that this is the one that actually gives us airdrops. The last one is Trojan, and Trojan is a very interesting one because it added a little bit of a twist to what you are currently doing with every other platform. Number one is you get money back based on the volume you trade, but it's the highest volume currently out of all the platforms. So you get up to 40 to 45 in trading volume, almost 50, based on the volume that you decide to trade on this platform, as opposed to, I think terminal is sitting at 30, 35, 30, 35 for Axiom is, no, I think Axiom is 30, this one's 35, and this one's 40, 45. Okay. So out of all the platforms, this is the one that gives you a little bit more back when it comes to your volume trading. So if you're looking to see how you can make a little bit of extra money, since you're already trading meme coins, then this is like the number one when it comes to the amount that you're going to get back. On top of that, they added a cool new layer, which is actually pretty awesome. And I'll have a separate video kind of going over this terminal, and that is adding this jackpot feature. Now, how does this jackpot feature work? Basically, the more I would say assignments that you do, the more of this gold coin you will be able to accumulate. Now, when you have a certain amount of gold coin, you're able to enter to these jackpot prices that happen every single day. So every day you come in here, enter a certain amount of gold, and you could enter to win that amount of gold. So it's actually a pretty good incentive because you're already trading. It gives you a different layer to actually make more money, which is kind of what I like. Now, on top of that, it also has this arena section where you kind of have, like, if you play video games, you know, kind of like a battle pass where you kind of are able to see exactly what is happening with how you're able to collect more gold to be able to use it to earn the jackpot. And this is kind of like theoretically how you farm airdrops. And the more airdrops you farm, the more likelihood you have. Now, they said that they're going to issue an airdrop. I can't vouch for that, but we absolutely don't know what is going to happen with the airdrops. So overall, in general, in if you're looking at what terminal can I use to make the most amount of money back, with the possibility of entering a jackpot every single day, then this would be the one number one for you. Now, if you don't care about the whole, gamify aspect of the system, and if you don't care about making more money back, then your other options would probably be Terminal or Axiom. Now, both of these work very similar to each other, but where the drawback is when you go to the rewards, they work very similar to each other. The only difference is when it comes to part one and part two of what I mentioned is my number one priority whenever I look at these terminals. So, what exactly am I talking about? Well, in order for me to show you that, I'm going to have to split the screen here and show you exactly how fast these are updating with these same metrics and with the same information on the filters. How fast are these updating? And you could see a side by side comparison on which one is faster and which one is slower. All right, so let's get started with the first one. So we're putting side by side comparisons here on Axiom compared to Terminal, and you just want to see how fast things are getting updated. For example, we're noticing this pretty much crew one, right? You could see the market cap, and then you could also see the volume. The volume is the one we want to pay attention to. Also the fees here. As you guys see here, the fees on the left hand side say 2.8. On Terminal it says 2.7. That means it's updating a little bit faster on Axiom compared to Terminal. Now, in addition to that, if you notice also on Flip, if the one that's right here, it says 41K market cap on the final stretch. On the trenches side of the Terminal, it says 42K. So you see the discrepancy there. The volume is the same, but the fees are completely different. The fees are actually fasterly updated on the Terminal side compared to the Axiom side. So you notice there is a bit of a difference when it comes to that. The main thing is if you saw a castle, which one updated it the fastest compared to the other one. So that's where we're kind of viewing which one is getting updated as it's happening. As you also see, we want to take a look at, for example, we're looking at Diamond Inu. You're going to notice that in Diamond Inu, the volume here on the Axiom side of things is 260K. On the terminal side, it's 259K, which is a little bit less. So what is currently getting updated the most on the terminal side is mostly the fees, not so much the data when it comes to actually viewing the coin. If we go and look at the chart here, I pull this up and I put this in a 1 second chart. I want you to also pay attention to the chart and how fast it actually moves on both different platforms. So if I go here, let me open this up here, and we put this in a 1 second chart, you're going to want to see how fast these are moving. So you just want to see the one on the left hand side, it says at 130K. This one says 100K. It says 132, 134. This is the terminal's at 135 already, while this one's still stuck in 134. So that's kind of like what you want to look at, which one is updating the fastest. Because when it comes to trading, when it comes to selling, you want to make sure that things are getting updated the fastest and more frequently. All right, so now we have the next one that we want to compare, which is Axiom and Trojan. And we want to know how fast is this information coming into us and how fast can we get the most vital information, which is volume and market cap. Okay, those are the ones that I want you guys to pay closely attention to. So let's take a look at, for example, I would tell you to look at Flip, but Flip is actually not really moving that fast, and we're not getting that information coming in frequently and that quickly. But what we could do is kind of go back and look at Diamond, right? So Diamond says it has 275K in volume. On the Trojan side, it says it has 274, 2773. So as you guys see there, it's getting updated. Now the market cap, it says 167, 164. So they're almost identical here when it comes to the market cap. It's a little bit slightly here, I would say faster on the Trojan side, because you see it went right now from 168 to 167. And if you notice, it goes from 167 to 168. So the update is coming in just a tad bit faster on the Trojan side of things compared to Axiom. And that is the main thing you want to do, because when you were looking at this, we're looking at volume, we're looking at market cap, we're looking at how fast, the fees and all that stuff. But you want to make sure you keep a close eye here, because as you see the fees here on the Axiom side of things, it says it's at 9.14. On the Axiom side, it says it's already at 12.4. So there's a bit of discrepancy there on fees. So identifying which one's actually telling you the right information is super duper important. Now it also comes down to what you prefer, but let's take a look at the charts, because that's going to be the main bread and butter whenever we're trading. So let's make sure this is at a 1 second chart. We're at 1 second chart here. I want you to pay close attention to the market caps here as they go. So we got 160 here on this side, 158 on the other side. We have 159. It went back up to 160. It's going back up to 160. Okay, so we got to change 161. The Axiom is a little bit slower, because right now on Trojan, we're getting it that it's 161. And we were able to make that decision. All right, let me sell right now because I'm already up, or let me buy the dip when it comes down. And unfortunately, the Axiom side is just a tad bit slower when it comes to relaying that information. And that's the reason why it's super important that you understand which one actually gives you the information faster. Okay. All right. So now it's time to pick one, right? Or pick two. Well, let's break it down. If you have to just go for raw speed, no noise, and not all these bells and whistles, but it's just about buying early as quick as possible and just the chart updating as fast as possible, I would definitely have to go with BullX, but they just haven't updated the app for so long. And that's the reason why it's hard to me say like this is the one, this is the one. Now, if I'm going for something that's newer and almost about the same speed, it has frequent updates, and on top of that, it has all the bells and whistles, even though it's missing some. So I wish the team would actually reach out so I could, help them out. It also has the ability of giving you money back more than any other platform. Then Trojan would probably be the one. You get more Solana based on the volume that you trade, which is always an upside. On top of that, you also have the ability to enter the jackpots every single day. So another opportunity to make more money, which is good for you if you're a trader. And the only downside that I currently see right now when it comes to the Trojan bot, out of all the other ones, is how frequently they update it, which they updated a little bit faster. But if I have to pick 1, 2, and 3, raw speed, BullX, The whole package in general would probably be Trojan, and number 3 would probably be Axiom. I just wish that Axiom would actually increase the amount of money you make from trading from there, because if it comes down to making money back, I'd rather just go with the one that has the most. But overall, in general, those are my top 3 at the current moment. If you guys are trading with one or the other one, let me know which one you are, and if this video helped you kind of decide which one to go with. On top of that, if you don't know how to access these, links are down below, so you can guys join up whichever platform you feel are more comfortable with. And of course, questions and answers are always open, so drop them in the comment section down below. Thank you guys for watching, and I'll catch you guys on the next one.